Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough. I hope you are doing wonderful today. This is episode, let me see, where are we now? I've been so out of place when it comes to the old podcast. So this is episode 360, or if you are in my private group, my private coaching group, this is 539. I hope you are doing great today. And in this episode, I want to share with you how you can ultimately achieve big goals without, like the episode a couple back, how you can let go of the overwhelm, let go of the self-sabotage, let go of the anxiety. And on that episode, which I believe, as I'm looking at my computer right now, just like 2 episodes ago, it's how to make great decisions, which was episode 357, and that was really about how to let go of the overwhelm, how to make sure that you can really make good decisions. So this is like an extension ultimately, where if you could imagine you have a goal in your mind, you have a dream, you have a vision, and that could be a millionaire, that could be having the house that you truly desire, it could have that relationship, it could be losing X amount of pounds. Whatever your goal is, this is what I want you to take into consideration. With every goal in mind, there will be some downsides. And let me go and explain what I mean by that. If you're a celebrity, or you crave to be a celebrity, what would be the downside of becoming one? Or downsides, right? There's more than one. It could be because the paparazzi are around. That means you lose your privacy. Maybe you're gaining new friends who are going to try to take advantage of you. Maybe you lose your old friends because they perceive that you've changed. Maybe the finance side of things, where you've got to pay more taxes. It could be about making sure you can carry on your success, so the fear of continued success or the lack of it. There's going to be a downside to the goal that you have if you want to become a celebrity. And if that's the case, you will potentially self-sabotage yourself because there are negatives to that goal, right? There's downsides to it. Now, with every goal in mind, there will be a downside. Even if you go on the other side of the spectrum, let's just say you have depression, and let's just say that let's move to someone else so we can be very clean in our language. Imagine someone else has depression who gets like finances from the state or from the country, so therefore their rent is covered, they get some food, maybe their family looks after them. If they were to be free of depression, it will allow them to get a job, it will allow them to no longer need support from their friends and family, and that can be scary for that person because it means they've lost their security. It's one of those weird kind of feelings for that person to have, because in order to improve, they have to lose something. They have to lose aspects of what they're presently getting. And that goes with everything, every goal that you want. And if we add on to that, you might feel as if that goal is big, because if you think about it, right, if you have a good goal in mind, it's going to be quite beyond your present situation. So if it's $1 million or 5 million or 20 million or 1 billion, you may get overwhelmed by that. If it's to get the relationship of your dreams, you might think that that's way beyond your level of expectation of what you may deserve, maybe because you have a limiting belief about your value or what you're worth, or your previous programming makes it so far out of reach that you think, I can't achieve that. Maybe losing 30 pounds seems too much of a big leap despite wanting it. So if you have a goal in mind, every goal will have a negative consequence, and if it's a good enough goal, you will probably feel like it's too far away from you, that it seems unrealistic. But we got to ask ourselves, well, who defines what is realistic? And of course the answer to that is, well, I'll tell you what, it's not society. It's not what other people think. It's really about what you define. Now, even if it is about society or other people, you are still choosing to believe in that. So therefore you are the definer of that realistic aspect to whatever goal. So number one, we got to realize, we are the definer of our goals. We must define those, but if we define them and there are negative drawbacks, or it seems so far out of reach, so it's beyond our present level of thinking or present circumstance or situation, it will create scarcity. It will create maybe doubt. It might create like that self-sabotage, right? Because like I said, if you want to be a celebrity, there are downsides. So therefore your unconscious mind might be thinking, well, I'm not going to let the conscious mind get that goal because, you know what, there's some downsides. So there are many different aspects to achieving a goal that you have to get covered. Now, although in these kind of podcasts or these episodes, I can't give you how to let go of your specific limiting belief, which is usually the definer of what is possible, what is not possible, right? Beliefs create that. I mean, if you need help with that, I can do that. Just go to josephclough.info/go, and either me or my team will talk with you. We'll talk with you to get clear on what the real unconscious limiting belief is, which is hidden. But what I can do, the beauty of these podcasts is the ability to give you some tips on how you can, at the very least, dramatically reduce aspects of an issue. And there's what I really, really, really want to suggest to you. If you have a goal, it is good to have that goal. Don't play down your goal. There is nothing wrong with it. If you want to be a millionaire, I applaud you for it. If you want a great relationship, I love you for it. If you want to be able to lose weight, I can't wait to see you get there. But if you feel as if it's way beyond your present situation, then you have to come up with a solution. Now, my analogy to really paint a clear picture of this is to imagine you are presently in a hot tub. Weird analogy already, right? But let's go with it. Imagine you have this hot tub, and I was talking about this with my the group that I speak with. Like I teach people, and we get on a group call, and I educate them, do a process, and answer their questions live and in person to make sure that they're absolutely going to get their result, whatever the issue is. Although there is a requirement, of course, to get into it. But I was talking about it, so I'm going to share this with you. Imagine that you're in a hot tub, and that hot tub that you're in is the present comfort zone of you. So it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it just feels good. But then imagine on the other side of the room, there is another hot tub, but it's crazy, crazy hot. So if you were to get out your present hot tub, which is just comfortable, your comfort zone, if you were to get out of that and get into this other hot tub, you would want to jump straight out of it because it's so hot you can't even handle it. You'll be like sweating, you'll be like panicking, like, I just can't handle this. Therefore, if we imagine in our mind that hot tub, which is beyond our comfort zone, that if we get into it, it's way too hot to handle, we self-sabotage ourselves and get out of it. That would be the analogy of where you are. your comfort zone, the lukewarm, the comfortable temperature, it's all good, it's fine. And then your goal being on the other side of the room, the other hot tub, which is too hot to handle. Now, as I said, you would sabotage yourself if you were to just instantly jump one to another because the conditions are too different. The space between them is far too great for you to achieve it. So if you try to achieve it by jumping straight into it, you will start to get disillusioned by it because it won't be showing up. You will not be able to change yourself to the degree that will allow you to comfortably step in it and remain in it and enjoy it. It'll be just way beyond what you could imagine. It'll make you have fear, scarcity, or doubt if we put it in the context of the goal, or if we put it in the context of the hot tub, it'll be just too hot to handle. Now, the hot tub itself, the goal, is great. You know it's great. It looks good. You want to be in there. In the context of the goal, you want to achieve the goal. But right now, the notion of going inside of it is biologically uncomfortable. Or, in the terms of the goal, feels not good at all. Too much scarcity, too much doubt. You're doubting your own ability to achieve it. Any goal worth dreaming should push you beyond that. Otherwise, you'd have achieved your goal and therefore it would not be a goal. So then you've got to devise, and here's the real solution to this, to alleviate self-sabotage, to alleviate that big leap, to let go of the scarcity, to let go of the self-doubt, while simultaneously achieving, getting into your desired outcome, so that you absolutely thrive in every situation leading up to it. Of course, like I said, let go of the limiting beliefs if there are any. And if you don't know, like I said, go to joeclough.info/go. But anyway, the way that you can make that change is by purchasing or acquiring intermediate hot tubs which change in temperature. So let's paint the picture. You are on one side of the room in the hot tub. It's nice and comfortable. You're fine. Your comfort zone. Other side of the room, your goal is the other hot tub. Crazy hot though. Too hot to handle, and therefore you're self-sabotaging all the things we've spoken about. If you were to create a further 8 hot tubs, so 10 in total, one being where you are, the 10th one being your goal or outcome, where you want to be, and you have 8 in between that, creating the 10. From where your goal is to where you are, the hot tub decreases in temperature. So therefore, if, for example, and I'm not very good at temperatures, but let's just say the one was very, 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 very hot, and then where you are is just normal. The goal where you want to be, the very, very, very hot one, the one previous to that will be just very, very, very hot. The one previous to that will be very, very, very hot, or maybe one less very there. And then one before that will be just very, very hot. And then one before that will be just very hot. And the one before that will be, it's kind of warm. The other one before that is kind of warm. So each hot tub, from where you are to your goal, increases in temperature. Now, if you could imagine those hot tubs even, being intermediate goals, you will systematically achieve the end goal, because you'll be climatizing, adjusting to each one of them, that allows that progress from becoming, or allowing that progress to become very, very comfortable. You see, many people think the overnight successes are overnight, but they're not. They are created and they are achieved by the small steps. the little things that you do, the continuous things, the habits, doing the great work of transforming your unconscious mind. So if you could imagine, if you left the hot tub, which was your comfort zone, into the next one, which was only slightly hotter, it'll be easy to do, right? Wouldn't be an issue. It'd be different, but not hard. Then you get used to that one, you go to the next one. It's warmer, but it's okay because you've been trained up a little bit more. And you go to the next one and the next one and the next one, and it's a gradual progression of adjusting your body to each level of a temperature, which is increasing each one until you hit your goal. You see, the big goal is great, but if it's creating self-sabotage, scarcity, and doubt, then you have an issue. But if you can create little sub-goals, those intermediate goals that actually, once you achieve just the initial one in front of you, it will build belief inside of you. Once you get that, you have more belief to get to the next one. You have more belief to get to the next one. And therefore, you are totally and unconsciously aligned and congruent in achieving the goals that you want. The big ones, which you thought were impossible, become easily manageable because you have built belief in the intermediate goals which will lead to that end one. The small steps create the big leaps. The small things that you achieve, the gradual progression will achieve the end outcome. And once you've got that, obviously the goals get bigger and bigger from there. But what I want you to really realize, the big goal is great, but know, in order to achieve any goal, without self-sabotage, worry and anxiety and doubt and scarcity and all the second guessing, you should absolutely achieve each subsequent goal which leads up to that. Because it builds belief, it allows you to stay on track, and it removes resistance, which will be another episode, but resistance will simply disappear. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because once you get this, you will make a crazy cool change. Now, to leave this episode with you, if you need extra clarity on discovering the real hidden unconscious cause of your issue, maybe achieving that goal, all you have to do is go to josephclough.info/go. The great thing about it is it's totally complimentary. It is free, there's nothing to pay. But once you go there, you will have an opportunity to get the most clarity than you've ever had in your life, to realize a deep unconscious hidden cause, and then have a solution that once you apply will cause you to transform your life. josephclough.info/go. If you're not serious, do not go there. It's not gonna work. It's one of those things. Number one, it's not gonna work, and then we won't provide the solution. It's just simple as that. But if you are wanting and willing to do the work, and that work can be enjoyable, not hard, but it's still effort. Anything which is worth getting takes effort. Have you noticed that? If you want to get a good body, you're probably going to have to work out or what you're eating and things like that. It's not just going to be simple. It's going to be fun though, with the right strategy in place. So with that, have the most wonderful day. I appreciate you, and I'll speak to you on another episode. Speak to you soon. Many thanks and goodbye.